No Man of God focuses on the complicated relationship that formed between FBI analyst Bill Hagermaier, played by Elijah Wood, and serial killer Ted Bundy, played by Luke Kirby, during Bundy's final years on death row. This is written by C. Robert Cargill, and it's directed by Amber Seeley, and it's actually the second film in 2021 to focus on Bundy, along with Ted Bundy, American Boogeyman, and the third film since 2019 to focus on him, if you include Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil, and Vile. And while I haven't seen American Boogeyman, the one trait I can say this does share in common with the 2019 film with Zac Efron is that they both try delving into Bundy's psyche and portray him as a bit more complex than we ever thought he was. And while I think that sort of stuff makes for better podcast episodes or documentaries, I'm not quite sure this is going to work for a narrative feature film with him in this pseudo-misunderstood protagonist role that essentially asks us to have some sympathy for the guy. Now, don't get me wrong, this isn't a bad film necessarily. It's actually very well acted, coming off almost in the style of a stage play for a good chunk of the runtime. Much of the film focuses on Wood and Kirby sitting in a room, getting to know one another, with Wood carefully trying to sneak in questions during these chats that he was specifically sent to get answers to. And during these sequences, I'd say that's where the film is at its strongest. If nothing else, this functions well enough as an acting exercise, and in that regard, it succeeds. Elijah Wood is reliable as always as Hagermaier, while Luke Kirby excels as Bundy. While he's not someone I ultimately have sympathy for, I will say Kirby does a great job of conveying this tortured soul who's haunted by his actions, and he adds a chilling edge to many of these sequences, especially during moments where he may go from being cooperative to standoffish if he finds something Hagermaier says suspicious. And because of how great the acting was, and considering these sequences make up most of the movie, I'd say it worked enough for it to be an engaging enough watch. I just say that its ultimate problem is what I just got through saying, where this didn't convince me that Bundy is this truly sympathetic guy, which I already find to be an inherently odd mission statement for a film. Knowing exactly what this guy did and what he was capable of, I just find these pseudo-rehabilitative films like this and the Efron movie that present him as misunderstood just doesn't really sit right for me. There's not enough there to make the case. And to top it all off, it otherwise plays into tropes we've seen countless times before. Wood is this rookie agent who's chipper and more optimistic, and he finds sympathy for Bundy, and they have some sort of connection, and he comes to his aid. And while Wood does a fine job, these moments play a bit into overt sentimentality and cheesiness at times, and it just goes back to my main point about this film trying to give Bundy so much sympathy. So altogether, it makes No Man of God an alright time. On one hand, it's very well acted, with the scenes of Luke Kirby and Elijah Wood together being well done and adding a solid layer of tension, but it otherwise feels more like an acting exercise that ultimately doesn't succeed at giving Ted Bundy a sympathetic edge, which is something I found kind of odd to begin with. It's not a bad time overall, it's decent enough for a one-time watch just for the performances, but that's about it. No Man of God gets a 6 out of 10. So let me know, did you see No Man of God, or are you planning to see it, and what were your thoughts? Did you like the performances? Do you like films based on this subject matter? Let me know in the comments below so we can discuss. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and share it, and for more movie reviews and film discussion, please make sure to hit that subscribe button to stay updated. Thanks for watching everyone, and keep having fun with film.